Chris Sheldon. I undertook the apprenticeship degree through Chester University and I'm now a qualified social worker. I chose to do the apprenticeship through Chester University because it was something that was offered to me as a social care practitioner through the Shropshire Council, and it was a way of me being able to develop my skills and obtain the degree for my progression into being a social worker. I think the main skills that I've gained is key skills to being a social worker and the underpinning knowledge that goes with this job. There's a lot of theory and methods behind social work. It's something that it's helped me reflect on my own practice and look at ways how I can improve my practice and how things are going well. It's also helped me mentor other students that are going through the process. Because since obtaining my social work degree I have supported students, so that's really helped. I think the main thing I enjoyed while doing the apprenticeship was that it was a work-based qualification, so even though you did go to uni and did the same academic level, there was elements of it being practical, and that's where I feel that I'm best at learning, is doing things practically. I'm a firm believer that doing it the apprenticeship route, you gain hands-on experience that becomes very useful when you do qualify, because you have a knowledge of what the job entails, and it helps with the skills. For example, going out and having conversations with individuals that you're working with. Sometimes when you're coming down the traditional route, you don't get that experience, and the actual job can be quite different to what you're taught at university. I didn't have very high qualifications before doing the apprenticeship. I was always one that struggled at school with GCSEs. I always found gaining qualifications a more practical route my area of strength. So I did a lot of MVQs in health and social care. So going into the degree, my highest qualification was a level 3 MVQ. And I don't think I would have been able to have obtained a degree if it wasn't for doing it the apprenticeship route. I was nominated for the Apprenticeship Awards for Telford and Wrekin under the category of Health and Social Care, which I won. Very grateful. I think the reasons why I was nominated was because obviously we'd been through the apprenticeship, and a key focus for me following the apprenticeship was to support others to do the apprenticeship and support them through their journeys. Following on from completing the apprenticeship, I've become a qualified social worker. Since then I've pursued completing, and I'm actually in the middle of completing my practice educator so that I can support students go through the same process as I did. So I've stayed with the same employer. I've stayed with Shropshire Council. I have moved around a couple of times. I've supported with a pilot last year to explore virtual care, and then in the last few weeks I have moved over to a different team to actually be a senior social worker. I would definitely recommend people undertake the apprenticeship. It was a great experience for me, and it's an experience that I wouldn't have been able to have had. One of the big bonuses to doing the apprenticeship was it was funded, so no student loan. I wouldn't have been able to have given up my job to go back into further education. So for me it worked out perfectly, and I wouldn't be where I'm stood now if it wasn't for me being able to do the apprenticeship.